Welcome back to Ellis Rides. Tonight we're working on the PW again. We are putting a lowering kit on it. Ellis is 3, so he still has a lot of growing to do. Bike is still a little tall for him. We went and put him on some other bikes. He still doesn't know about this bike in particular. We picked up a 2-low lowering kit. It's good for dropping it 2.5 inches, and there's an adjustment to drop it to 1 inch, then back to the stock ride height. All right, so before we get started, I think we'll pull a tape measure out, try to get an idea of where the bike is currently at based off the rear fender. Make sure tape measure's straight, and bike looks about straight. We're about 19 inches to the fender. Kit's supposed to drop it 2.5 inches, so let's get started on the kit and see what we can remove. So right here we have the kit. It is the 2-low products lowering kit. The finish on everything is beautiful. They've labeled and numbered everything so you know where everything goes. Great little how-to video on their page that I watched before coming out to do this. So to get things started, we're gonna pull off this shock. Let's set this aside, pull out this bolt here. This is where our mounting hardware is going to mount to. And that shock is free. Pull this shock off. Not off, but we're just gonna remove it from the bottom. And there's the bike drop. So we need to remove the brake cable, get this out of our way. So I'm gonna take this tape measure here, just get a rough idea. About 1/2 inch that the nut is screwed in. So that way when we put it back together, I have an idea of where to start, and then dial it in from there. So let's get that off. Set our nut aside. We're gonna pull our cable out. And just bend this up here out of the way. We gotta get an idea of where this is. Kind of lined right up with this tab here. We need to move that out of the way so that we can attach the brackets. So this is a 10mm. The little nuts on there pretty good. I got a little tab fighting me. I think I gotta bend that up and out of the way so the nut can spin. So I need to correct myself. That was an 8mm, not a 10mm. Let's see if I can. There we go. Now we can get a tool in there, loosen up that nut so we can set that aside. There we go. Try not to lose any of this hardware. We're gonna need it. Oh, I forgot to pull this out. You can pull this aside, and we can just let it hang there for now, out of the way. We're gonna get started on this right side here first. We've got our bracket. We've got our short bolt with a washer. This will just kind of come up on here. We're just gonna leave it finger tight for now. Get our top one here. These came with two 1/8" thick washers. We need our bracket. Washer, bracket. We fish this through. We catch this washer on the back side. Just like that. I had to go back and double check, and I almost put this bracket on upside down. So we will give this a quick spin. So then this will flip up. We'll start this in here. And we have our second 1/8" little washer here. We'll put this in on the back side. Catch it with the bolt. All the way through. We've got a regular washer and a lock nut, so we'll just put this on the other side. Just get it started. We're gonna leave everything loose for now. Just finger tight on everything. Let's move on to the next side. So now moving on to the left side, we've got our left side bracket. Our bolts are a little bit longer on this side. It's because we're putting a bushing on as well. Slide our bushing on, and this will slide all the way through. We will just put a washer and a nut on this side. We'll just put those down, finger tight for now. We'll tighten everything up at the end. Here's where we had to move that brake little lever there. This plate has a bevel on the back side. The purpose is for this little panhead screw to go in, so we have clearance for the lever back here so we do not hit. So I was struggling to get access to that screw to get anything in there, whether it was an Allen wrench or a socket. So I took the bracket here, I just unscrewed this and flipped it up out of the way for now so I get access and finish putting this screw in. We're gonna tighten that one right down because we're not gonna be able to get back into that one. There, one part of our bracket is in now. And we can swing this one back down. Get our washer. And just hand thread that one back in real quick. There's that. All right. I grab our other bushings and start dropping our shocks down and mounting them. I'll go ahead and get started on this side here. I have to pick this back end up, get our alignment. Trying to, hopefully you can see, trying to balance with my boot here. There. Up on that. There. So we will thread this through the threaded portion of the shock. And unfortunately, I just noticed something. So they mentioned on their website, some shocks might have this. So we've got this extra material right here that's part of the shock. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, unfortunately, is remove the shocks completely. Looks like they've both got that same spot right here. So I I guess remove the shocks. Oh, we will bring this to work and I will either break, looks like little tack welds or something. Not real sure. I will bring these in tomorrow and bust that right off of there, grind it down, whichever, and we'll pick up where we left off. And just like that, we are back picking up where we left off from. Last night, ran into some struggles where this had some, almost like a washer welded on. Brought it to work, ground that down. So we're gonna put the springs back on and finish this installation. Alright, so let's get this shock mounted up. We'll start with this side first. Snug that down good. Careful not to go too tight. Don't want to break anything. So now, I still got everything loose. Gotta pick up on this rear wheel to align everything. So let me grab my hardware and we'll do that. So we've got our bushing to go in between so we're not collapsing anything. And this is a snug fit. So now, should be able to just move this bracket, pull the back wheel up, and a little bit of persuasion. There we go. Still leaving things loose, and we will give everything a final tightening once we're finished with that. All right, now that we're done with the right side, I'm just gonna come over here and we'll finish up the left side. Bushing is going in much easier on this side. And that'll work. This time we have another little bushing. I'm assuming because of the drive gears and everything on this side, we've got some extra spacers that need to go into place. So this will go in here. We'll feed this across. Just like that, we're pretty much done. We had left everything loose, so I'm just gonna go around, tighten everything, and we'll reattach our brake. All right, I'm gonna do my best to show what I'm doing here without getting too much in the way. So when we pulled this off, we were about level with this ear here on the side of this housing. So I'll just see if we can get these. Oh, we need to go one more. See if we can get these splines. There we go. Those splines to line up. I'm gonna do too crazy. I don't want to strip anything. Take our flathead again. Try to flatten this tab back out on top. Try to keep that nut from backing itself out. So we've got our little piece here. We'll feed that back in. I measured this. We had about a half inch of threads sticking out. So let's get this going on here and start testing the brake, see how it feels and how we need to adjust. Just like that. Other than a little bit of driveline drag I can hear in there, brake's holding good. Doesn't take a lot of pressure to hold it, so this should be great. Do one more turn. I like that right there. So that's pretty much it. Awesome little kit. I'll pull these stickers off so it looks nice and clean. You see the shocks sit at an angle now. That's how they achieve the drop in height. The right side all looks great. Everything's nice and tight now. We'll get the seat on and see how much height change we've got. All right, I believe before we did this, from the floor to the fender, we had about 19 inches. I will say, you can definitely tell it is shorter. Make sure the blake's straight here. You're probably at just over 17 inches maybe. That might be a slightly different spot than last time. So we definitely dropped it a good couple inches, which is great. I think that will work out great. So that wraps it up for this video. It was a real quick, easy install, other than the minor hiccup with having to grind down that little washer there. On their website, they do explain if that washer is in place on your shock to grind that down, remove it in some way, shape, or form. Again, they were 2 low products. I will put a link in the description down below, so if you're interested, make it easy to find. Yeah, really great quality little kit there. So check them out. But for now, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Just some suggestions, or if there's anything you'd like to see or something we could be doing different to improve upon. Any feedback like that is great, goes a long way. But for now, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.